Hi everybody, so this video is talking about commercial versus non-commercial substance. So we have two independent companies, Imperial and Polar, and they each own a warehouse, and they are willing to exchange with no cash involved their warehouses. So we have the cost of Imperial was $85,000, Polar was $40,000, accumulated depreciation was $50,000, $20,000, fair value has been assessed. Now one thing I want to do is I want to bring in the book value. So remember, the book value is the difference between your cost and your accumulated depreciation. There should be nothing new from our financial accounting. So what I need to do is I need to do the journal entries to assume the exchange has commercial substance. Okay, so we'll do the first one here. This one has commercial substance. Okay, so and we will do Imperial, and then we will also do Polar. Okay, so he is acquiring a new building, and we're going to use the fair value. So we are going to do a debit to building, and I'm going to put in parentheses fair value because that's how much we have to enter it at, and that's going to be the $25,000 of what Imperial had here. So maybe I need to change my name of my company. Okay, and then what we need to do is we've accumulated depreciation of $50,000. So we need to take accumulated depreciation, let me spell it right. Once I start, I can't stop. ACC, accumulated depreciation. We'll say building. And that's going to be the $50,000. Okay, I'm going to leave a space there. Now he got rid of his building, and his building had a cost of $85,000. So we'll reduce this by the $50,000. I'm sorry, by the $85,000. So here we have a total of $75,000. He acquired a new building for $25,000. He had $85,000 in his old one, so he has a loss on exchange. And that is for, let's see, we had $75,000, we had $85,000, so we have $10,000 as a loss on exchange. So that was for Imperial. So let's do Polar. Oops, let's spell it right. So we have in Polar, sorry. Okay, so he's going to assume a building with a fair value of $25,000. So I'm going to note that fair value so you understand that it's the fair value. Okay, we need to get rid of that accumulated depreciation that we accumulated on ours, which was $20,000. Going to leave a blank there. We have building. We got rid of a building that was $40,000. Thought I had those all set up. Okay, so we have $45,000 here. We have $40,000, so that gives us a gain on exchange of $5,000. Okay, so that is what we do for commercial substance. Now, what if we do without substance? Okay, so without commercial substance, we still need to do both of them. So without substance, we're still going to have the building. We will still put it at the fair value. Okay, and we're also still going to have the accumulated depreciation building of 50,000. Remember, that was his 50,000, not the other one, because we have not started our depreciation. We have our building. That was the 85,000. And we're still going to have a loss on exchange. Okay, so nothing changed for the without commercial substance for Emporier. So that one, without commercial substance, you are allowed to report the loss on exchange. Okay, so like I said, on a loss, we are allowed to report that. Now let's look at Polar. So when you're looking at without commercial substance, if it's without commercial substance, you cannot report a gain. And remember, he had a gain on exchange of $5,000. So what we're going to do, let's not touch that building yet, but let's do the accumulated depreciation of the building. That doesn't change. That's still the 20,000 because you're writing off that on your books. Oh, goody. Let's get those how I like them. So we're going to still get rid of our building. That hasn't changed. That was a cost of $40,000. But what we do here, since we cannot report a gain when it's without commercial substance, what we do is we record the building at $20,000, so that $5,000 gain that we reported with commercial substance, without, we reduce the building by the difference. Okay, so that just kind of, in a real simple nutshell, goes over how to report something with commercial substance and how to record the entry without commercial substance. Thank you so very much.